Hey lovelies, it's been a minute. My loves, it's been a minute, but it's okay. It's all right. I'm back, and I was like, what best way to come back than for Thanksgiving? Like, I'm thankful to be here again, and I hope y'all thankful to see me, right? So basically, I took a tube dress and I went ahead and traced it out, and then I decided to do this patchwork show seam type of vibe dress. I thought it would be quick. I had this burgundy faux suede and this brown faux suede that I never used or did anything with. So what you see here is basically me separating the fabrics because one of these pieces is for the back and one is for the front. So I'm gonna go ahead and separate that and make sure I put my paper back on there so I'll know this is for the bag and how to position it for the bag. And I'm gonna go ahead and do that with all of the pieces that still have like the pattern paper attached to it. Now I already did one side of this dress already, so we're just gonna go ahead and serge up this side, wrong sides facing, so wrong sides touching wrong sides, and we're gonna go ahead and serge that up real quick. Now I basically made this dress years ago, so sorry for the quality. It was definitely a rush type thing. My man was like, look, I'm taking you somewhere for our anniversary. It was a surprise to me, and I basically didn't have any dress up clothes, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna make something real quick, which just was super duper quick. But I decided to make like a sleeve type of thing to go with it, and that's what took up most of the time, and I wasn't able to complete this before we had to leave, and I never took it with me. But it's definitely giving Thanksgiving vibes, right? You know, full colors and whatnot. So why not present it for Thanksgiving? So I was looking at my inventory of videos and I came across this dress. I can't find it right now, but came across this video and I was like, let me put it together. So now we have the bottom. I couldn't like fit everything on the screen at once, like in the video at once, plus it was a little hectic to try to do that in general. So you know, we separated it. This is the bottom part, and then we're gonna attach it to the top of the dress right now. So again, wrong sides facing wrong sides, and because the seams are supposed to be showing, that's why we're doing it. And this is how that looks. And if you're wondering, this is a midi length dress. So now we're going to work on the back of the dress because that was the front. Same concept. We're going to lay out all of these pieces, make sure they're positioned right. And now for the back is actually lower than the front, so we're going to go ahead and cut that out because as you saw in the pattern, I had one pattern for both the front and the back. So we went ahead and cut that out, and we're going to mimic what we cut on one side of the dress to the other side of the dress. Now I'm gonna do a lot of talking through this video because I have to walk y'all through this video. Like y'all see, this video ain't the best quality as far as everything positioned in the best way you can see it, so I'm gonna just have to walk you through it. So now we have the front and back sewed up, serged up. So we're gonna sew it together, serge up the sides going all the way down. And remember the little sleeve type thing I said I was working on? Well, here we are. So we have the front of it, which I'm about to sew up down the middle. And then we have the back, which I'm going to sew down the middle, serge down the middle. And now we're going to put wrong sides to wrong sides, and we're going to sew up them shoulders. Yes, we are. Both shoulders, we're going to position it and serge it up, and then we're going to attach the sleeves. So if you want to know how I made this little top, you could watch my Christmas Mrs. Claus video because that's the pattern I used here, and I'll link it below as well so y'all could go ahead and see how I created. I hope I showed how I created it in that video as well. Okay, so this is the dress. I have two things I want to address. I feel like the sleeves are way too tight. No, I don't feel like it. I know the sleeves are way too tight. So I'm going to add a panel here so that it can help release the tension of the sleeves, which also I hope will allow the top to fall and drape nicely. And then for the dress, it has a lot of stretch. I'm going to add elastic here. and it has a lot of stretch, but around this area, like the bum area, I feel like is a little snug. So I want to add a split. I'll probably start my split like maybe right here, to release some of the tension here. And yeah, so we're gonna work on this sleeve. So I made a little like almost like trapezoid piece, like a long skinny trapezoid piece, and I'm gonna cut out a brown piece to go with for the other sleeve. And we're gonna go ahead and seam rip the sleeve. I seam rip the sleeve, and I'm attaching it. So once you seam rip the sleeve, it's going to be open on both sides. So you're going to attach the skinny part towards the top where your armpit is of the sleeve, and you're going to sew that down to the opening of your sleeve where your hand comes out of. You're going to do the same to the other side. Now once you do that, you got to sew back the little side piece of the sleeve that goes down your body. You got to sew that back up. And now the arm opening is bigger than the arm opening that it originally was because we just added that piece. So I'm basically going to stretch the arm opening on the bodice part so that the arm can fit in there into the armhole. I hope that makes sense. I really do. If none of this makes sense, I could definitely do another video, but I feel like it's quite simple. So as you see how I attached it at the armhole, hopefully you can see that little brown piece where I attached it at the armhole. Anyways, I also decided I was going to take in the dress a bit, so that's what I'm doing here. And whatever I cut out on one side of the dress, I'm going to do it to the other side of the dress. And just match it up, make sure that everything is the same on both sides. And I'm going to go ahead and cut that slit that I was talking about. Go ahead and cut it. Now, if I would have just left this cut right here in the dress, we would have been okay. We would have been okay. No, I wanted to be extra and do a split. Slit is, I think it's called a slit. A slit on the back. No, I should have stopped with the front one and that was it. So now I'm sewing up the sides of the dress, where serging up the sides of the dress where I had, you know, made it tighter, and then I serged the opening where the slit is. And you can see Shorty needs to fix that because now it's too wide. But I decided I was going to add some elastic to the top of the dress just for a little bit more security, so that it'll stay up, you know, with movement and stuff like that. It'll just continue to stay up. I'm not stretching the elastic a lot. I'm only stretching it a little bit. Now, to fix the opening being too wide, I decided to add like these little strappy pieces to it. I'm gonna add elastic to them as well and serge them. And then now we're finally pulling out the sewing machine, and we're just, you know, top stitching it into place. That's all we did. We just top stitched it into place how we wanted it. Now I'm gonna fix the hem of the dress, which I'm gonna serge that bottom piece as well. And it's time to add these hook and eyes because I want the dress to be able to be worn without this like bodice sleeve type of thing and with it. So yeah, the hook and eyes allows it to be attached to the dress when I want it to be and when I don't want it to be. I'm so happy and thrilled with this dress. I wish I could actually wear it for Thanksgiving because it's giving Thanksgiving vibes. I just don't know where the dress is right now, but I hope you like. And this is the finished look. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Later, lovelies.